Welcome to another episode of Neighborhood Favorites. We are at the iconic Ben's Chili Bowl here on U Street in Washington, D.C. Not only are we going to try some of this fabulous food, but we are going to talk to the wonderful matriarch of this establishment, Mrs. Virginia Ali. Come on, let's do it. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Neighborhood Favorites. We are at the iconic Ben's Chili Bowl on U Street here in Washington, D.C., and we have the privilege of being with Mrs. Virginia Ali. Mrs. Ali, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us today. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you very much, and it's a pleasure to talk to you always.
You are looking amazing.
Well, I've been around here for a long time. I'll be celebrating my 90th birthday this year.
Oh my God. I would have thought 40, 50.
No. I opened the Chili Bowl with my husband Ben in 1958 when I was 24.
Wow.
So that means I've been here a very long time.
Was that your vision to open a place? What was your vision? What started you to think about opening Ben's Chili Bowl?
My husband.
Okay.
My husband came from Trinidad to matriculate at our universities, and he went to college in Nebraska and then came here to go to Howard Dental School.
Wow.
But he wasn't able to complete the dental program because of serious injury, but he'd worked his way through college by working in restaurants. So by the time we met, he was all into the neighborhood, working in the neighborhood, and I was working at the iconic industrial bank.
Wow. Yeah. And there's one right around the corner.
That was the only one in those days. That is now the iconic branch.
Okay.
But that bank has been there 86 years, operated by the same African-American family, just one family.
And I think you were telling me that you have 3 sons, and all of your sons and your family, they all work here?
They all work for the Ben's Chili Bowl brand. Yes. My 3 sons we sent off to the very best schools. One is a lawyer, but they all decided to come help me with Ben's Chili Bowl. And they've opened up, I think, 4 others now.
Yes.
So they're doing their thing, and they're all married, and 2 of my daughter-in-laws are here with me as well.
Great.
So I have it going on very well.
You sure do.
I'm very blessed.
You're very blessed.
Yes.
What do you think the secret is of Ben's Chili Bowl? Why do we keep coming back? We're here on a Monday and it's packed. What do you think?
Well, it's always been that when we decided to open this little restaurant, and Ben came up with this nice little fancy recipe for chili sauce. We just needed the right location. So now we are hunting for that location. And if we could possibly find a place on Black Broadway, which was U Street, we would be so blessed. Well, we did find this place at 1213 U Street on the middle of Black Broadway.
Yeah, the Lincoln Theater's here.
The Lincoln Theater, and in the following block was the Republic Theater, and in the following block was the Booker T Theater.
Yeah.
And so when the movie was released in Hollywood and it came to one of those theaters downtown that we could not attend, we didn't have to because it came here on the very same day, in one of our beautiful theaters.
Yeah.
So when we opened, we knew we wanted to be a part of a community. And I've always enjoyed people. I discovered that when I worked at the bank. Interacting with different people just energized me. So,
and then knowing your clients, they come here to see you, they come here to see your family.
Yeah.
And it's not just, the food is a huge part of it, but I think the hospitality that you give brings people back as well.
Well, I hope so. I know that the community very early on was very accepting of us, and they were very early on realizing that if we could help in any way, we would be willing to do that, and we did. And that community stood by me all during those difficult times that we had. So I am just very, very grateful to our patrons locally and nationally. And internationally now, George.
Yeah, that's an exciting time.
I came to Washington in '52, still a segregated city. Okay?
Okay.
We weren't going downtown to dinner or to the movies or anything. But we didn't need to because we had everything here. Right? So then I married Ben, we come up here, we're into the civil rights movement in the 60s. Dr. Martin Luther King, I had the pleasure of sitting with him on occasion over there. He would like the chili cheeseburger stick.
Did he?
Yes, he did. I said, when Martin Luther King would come here doing his planning of the civil rights, of the
March on Washington?
Yeah.
63.
And he would pop in here and sit with me on occasion and have his chili cheeseburger.
Wow.
Yeah, that was his favorite thing. Yeah.
And he would just relax because he was among friends. And what was that experience like for you?
It was wonderful. And everybody said, well, did you take pictures? I said, who's walking the camera in those days? Right? And we were just happy to have him. And I was here 5 years later when someone storms into the door and says, Dr. King's been shot. Well, we don't believe that. We don't want to believe that. That can't be true. And it was true. That was a very difficult time for me because that sadness, people were crying openly, sobbing openly. And then I guess frustration, and then anger, and an uprising began that lasted for 3 nights. That was scary. We were the only place, this little Ben's Chilli Bowl was the only place that was allowed to remain open during 3 nights of curfew. I received a call from the 13th precinct, which was down the street in those days, that said, we have passes for your night staff to work. That was scary. Yeah, but we did that. And then when that was all over, the businesses didn't reopen. The middle class, African Americans could move away because now we're integrated. After the March on Washington in 1963, when you brought 250,000 people here, we passed the Civil Rights Bill in '64. That was pretty cool, right?
And it took a lot of work.
It took a lot of work. But now in '68, when this thing happened, and the business is not reopened, because now we could open our business someplace else. Now we could buy a house uptown. Now we could go to the theater downtown. Right?
Oh, that is a blessing.
So it was such a blessing. You know, so all I can say is I have been beautifully supported by my beautiful community.
Because
my patrons from all over.
It's because you're beautiful and that you're giving, and it's not just out, but in, that radiates.
People can tell if you genuinely like them or if you don't. So you can't, it's not something that you can
hide.
Exactly, and I like people. I mean, I have served people from all walks of life in my little hot dog place. I've served presidents and judges, all the professions, all the actors and sports people and media and construction workers and street sweepers and everybody.
Everybody get the same meal.
Yes, but realize that when you treat all these people the way you'd like to be treated, which comes natural for me, that'll allow you to stay in business 65 years. I lost my husband 14 years ago, so no reason to rush home, and I don't. But I enjoy being here, I enjoy meeting people. I meet the most interesting people all the time.
And you have something to talk about because you're imparting in things that I've read. You have a story of meeting Martin Luther King Jr., someone who, an icon who you aspire to live like and to implement the things that he suggested. And we really don't have any, we'll never have another Martin Luther King.
No, I guess you're right.
We have followers, but we'll never, my parents told me that. But you had a conversation, he came and he sat and, do you know what I mean? So to get that inspires me.
And then to go down there on that day and see a sea of people, 250,000. And to hear all the speakers, but then to hear him. And
to hear Mahalia Jackson said, Martin, tell him about the dream.
Right.
Because that wasn't in his notes.
Yeah.
And my friend Freddie Booker, who's a third generation Washingtonian, she said her mother, Estelle Booker, told the children that morning, they said, Mom, where you going? She said, I'm going downtown because we're marching for jobs and freedom.
Right. That's exactly right.
And we still are.
And we still are.
And we still are.
Absolutely.
What is your advice we do the Marion Barry Summer Youth Program, and we have 14 to 16-year-olds. We have 18 to 25 young men and women who are African American. What would be your suggestion? What would be your thoughts for success for them? Because we're a little bit in trying times.
Yeah.
What would be your?
We've always employed those kids from the Marion Barry era up to today. Because Marion Barry still continues that program.
Mm-hmm.
So every summer we have those young people, and those we have some that still work on weekends,
Okay.
after school and that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I say to them, first of all, if you can find a need and fill it, that's wonderful. Secondly, if you can find something that you really enjoy doing, it's no longer work. And thirdly, when you make that decision, stick with it. Believe in yourself. And just work hard at it. You make sacrifices. We did.
Mm-hmm.
All of us do. But you do stick with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the key.
The key with it. And the love
and
of
the
it.
other thing is you've got to treat people the way you would like to be treated.
Oh my goodness, our food is here.
All right.
Oh my goodness, this is the best part. Now, the great part is talking to Mrs. Ali, but this right here is why we came today. This is fabulous. So I have the chili cheeseburger. Oh, look how nothing like a sloppy burger.
Nothing like a sloppy burger. I used to go from the beef chili dog to the chili cheeseburger. The beef chili dog one day, the chili cheeseburger the next day, right? Yeah, I did that, and sometimes I could barely wait till 12 o'clock at lunch.
This is really good. It has a little bit of a spice, a little bit of a kick, which I love. This is really good. I've only had the half smoke here.
Yeah. Oh, you never had a cheeseburger before? Oh,
my parents are going to be very jealous because I'm from New Jersey, and my father always wants to come. My parents said, we got to go to Ben's Chili Bowl. They're going to be upset that I've gotten here and gotten this. This is wonderful.
And the chili cheese fries are also very popular.
This is good. Well, Mrs. Ali, thank you so much for welcoming us, being here in Washington, inspiring us, standing for us, and all that you do. I'm so honored to be here today, eating your food and being at the legendary Ben's Chili Bowl.
Well, thank you, George. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you so much.
We're celebrating our 65th anniversary on August 22nd. Wow. So we're going to close the street and have a little party.
I'm going to bring my parents.
Come on down.
I'm going to bring my parents because they'll be celebrating their 65th wedding anniversary.
Oh, wow.
So we'll all come. Can we all come?
Oh, please. Love that.
So meet us there this summer. Thank you. They'll be celebrating their 65th anniversary. The street will be closed down. We're going to be celebrating. We'll let you know on our next episode of Neighborhood Favorites. This is George Laurel. We'll see you next time. Thank you.